US has recently made a major shift in its policy around the trade of AI chips to China. There had been a trade embargo since 2022 where US was actually trying to starve China of AI chips because it wanted to stay ahead in the AI wars. The purpose of the ban was to block access to Nvidia's latest hardware, that is H100 or H200s, which are used for AI inference and to train LLMs. But as of December 2025, the strategy has flipped. Nvidia can now sell H200s to China, but US will charge a 25% tariff fee on each unit that is sold. Each chip must be approved and authorized by the US government itself because they don't want China to have their cutting edge tech, that is Blackwell B200s or B300s, which are the latest models of Nvidia. And the future ChatGPTs and frontier models in the US will be trained on Blackwells. H200 is the previous year's model, but to level set, H200s are no ordinary machines. This is the industrial grade GPU. H200s are an upgrade from H100s, which were the initial models on which AI inference were run for the large language models and other frontier models in the US. Let's try to unpack what US is trying to do here. White House actually realized that a complete ban was counterproductive and it was forcing China to innovate. Since they could not buy chips from America, their tech giants like Alibaba and Tencent started pouring billions into domestic AI chip production. By letting them have access to H200s, US is not only trying to make money on tariffs, they're also trying to control any illegal smuggling of Nvidia's latest Blackwell GPUs into China. So is China celebrating? Not quite. Beijing has not issued the import license and has actually labeled the US reversal of the import ban as a sugar-coated bullet. It can see that this is an attempt to slow down China from becoming completely semiconductor independent and produce their own AI chips like Huawei Ascend series, which is pretty good. If this happens, China is going to use the twin trap. For every tech company in China that buys an H200, China will make them buy a domestic AI chip as well to keep their domestic AI industry alive. So here's the quick summary of the standoff. There are 4 key players here. One is Nvidia, second is US government, third is Chinese government, and the fourth is Chinese tech giants. Chinese tech giants are desperate for H200s. Some reports suggest that while Huawei Ascend 910B is good enough, it still crashes during massive training runs, putting them years behind US rivals like OpenAI and Anthropic. Chinese government, on the other hand, wants Chinese sovereignty and would like to speed up the production of domestic AI chips than to encourage the import. Chinese government also fears backdoors or remote kill switches within the US software monitoring tools of Nvidia. Following the announcement, Nvidia's stock spiked. This is opening a potential market for Nvidia that was estimated at $50 billion. But then there's the loophole reality where Chinese companies are already bypassing the decisions. A report on December 2nd says that Tencent, that is a Chinese tech giant, has already gone to neutral zones like Japan and Singapore and been renting Blackwell, that is the latest hardware, to train its models. But here's what US need to consider. Analysts are saying that H200s and Blackwell actually use scarce components, so it's not very easy to produce these chips. You can only produce a number of these. Nvidia aims to send a shipment of 40,000 to 80,000 chips to China in mid-February 2026. That could actually, paradoxically, tighten the supply for US's own domestic firms. The industry analysts seem to think that H200s are still way more powerful than US government realizes and they might be giving away IP. China could easily reverse engineer and build better chips than H200 in no time.